Hey everybody, welcome to Labor Day, Mike Talk. Here at Song and Sword, we proclaim Jesus with a song of grace and the sword of truth, even on a day off. Hope you guys are enjoying, hopefully family and friends, relaxing. It's funny that we have Labor Day and we relax on Labor Day, but I digress. As you can tell, I'm in the brand new church building that prayerfully, less than 5 weeks, we'll start working and doing ministry and worshiping here. This is kind of a cool part of the sanctuary. I'm kind of to the side of the stage. So this is about, you're seeing maybe half of it, not quite half. These stained glass windows are inspiring. I hope that you're going to bring your family and friends. Actually, this Sunday coming up, we're going to have an open house. We'll have some hot dogs and hamburgers outside and some fun games for the kids. And we'll kind of stage for you where we think all the rooms are going to go. We are, speaking of Labor Day, we are working. Teams are working. Even starting tomorrow, teams will start scraping and patching and painting and doing all the stuff, repairing drywall, getting ready for painting upstairs in the kids' classrooms and to the side for Song and Sword kids. And it's a really, really difficult project that thankfully Tanya Hedrick and many are heading up and working through. We've done some landscaping, so come check us out. This Sunday, September 8th, we'll be here from 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon, just celebrating all that God's doing, visioning, praying through. That's what I'm kind of doing today. It's a sacred space I'm praying through. But we're going to continue talking about hilarious generosity. We're in the middle of that study, actually just 2 weeks into it so far. And as I said yesterday in the sermon, if you haven't seen the sermon, by the way, go or just stay on this channel, Song and Sword, on the YouTube channel, and you can see that sermon. I recommend it highly. The idea that you can be an example of others through your giving. And let me say this, text prayer to that number on the screen, and I will pray for you. I would love to. I'd be honored to lift your stuff up before the Lord. Hey guys, so we're going to talk about hilarious generosity, but the idea of being a generous example. And so we're going to look this whole week at some people who were big givers in the Scripture. They're inspiring, and I want to be inspired by them. We start today by the very first offering that we know of in the Bible in Genesis chapter 4. Now, Adam knew Eve, his wife. That's the word for sex in the ancient days, to know someone intimately. Now, Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, saying, I have gotten a man with the help of the Lord. And again, she bore his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain was a worker of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of the fruit of the ground, and Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat portions. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering, but for Cain and his offering he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his face fell. In the course of time, as you know, this ends up being the first murder in human history. Cain kills his brother Abel because he's jealous of God's approval. God has a lot of questions for Cain. One ends up being, where is your brother? And Cain says, am I my brother's keeper? The Lord eventually says yes, but that's not the lesson today. I want to focus on Abel's offering. Why did God like Abel's offering and not Cain's offering? The truth is, we really don't know. But what we do know, when we talked about Abraham last week, what we do know is that God, the people of God understood that they should give something back to Him, that a way to express worship to God was to give something back to Him. We do that now through our tithes and offerings in the church and the charity that we do throughout the community. But Abel said, I want you to see these key words. Abel brought the firstborn of his flock. Cain brought his offering, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of the fruit of the ground. It doesn't say first fruit of the ground, and that is a really, really signifying kind of void that's there. Sorry, I'm not putting words together on this holiday weekend, but there's something missing in the description of Cain's offering. He just brought some fruits. He was a guy of the ground. There's nothing wrong with being a farmer. He grew stuff. And at some point, he just said, hey, God, here's some leftover grain. Here's some barley. Here's some grapes from my vineyard. But Abel went a step further. He brought the firstborn. He brought first and foremost, he said, I'm going to give to God. There's an example there for me. The first thing Abel thought with his offering was, first God, then me. the first thing Cain thought was, I'll take care of myself, then I'll give whatever to God. And there's an example there for us. Abel ended up giving his life for us, and he's honored all through the Scripture as a man of God. So apparently that offering that the Lord looked on, and it says here, again, let's look at this, that the Lord had regard for his offering. Why did the Lord regard Abel's offering? Because Abel gave him first and best. And that's a good example for us to follow. Is what I'm giving God today my first and my best? God first, then me second. If we start giving like that, Abel sets us the example, and we become people of hilarious generosity. God bless you guys. Eat some hot dogs and hamburgers. Enjoy your family. And then tomorrow we'll start cracking in this place. Peace.